Hello everyone, welcome to RPG Day. Yes, that's a mouthful. But welcome to RPG Wednesday. When RPG Day. Just a word I came up with for an interesting one there. Hi Worm, welcome to the chat. Welcome everyone. So we're going to be starting our amazing and fantastic RPG related run. So we're going to start out, of course, with some character creation for the character creation corner. Let's dive right into it. Whoa, bam! You're an echo. I might have an echo because of... Twitch. Of course, Twitch, it's echoing. Thanks, Worm. Alright, so we're going to be making a couple of characters first to start out with for our stream here. I'm making 2 Pathfinder characters and a Vampire the Masquerade character. So, the thing is, my theme today is everything has hidden and dark secrets to make them just a little bit spookier for the holidays, because I don't have anything great going on. Let's dive into the Aasimar character sheet, though. Let's start with that one. This will be an interesting one to build. Bam! Let me know if you can see everything on that as I start working on it. Let me see if this is the correct one. So we're going to call this, let's see here, Spooky Car. There we go. Spooky Car shows up. Cool. So we're going to be Aasimar. And we're alignment. We're not going to say alignment right now. Gender. Anybody have any suggestions on gender? I'm thinking this one... Let's do a male Aasimar for this one. If anybody complains, just give it to me. So, we are a Oracle. Oracle! Exclamation point. And in particular, we are going to build a special type of Oracle. An Aasimar type of Oracle called a purifier. Who seeks to remove possession and mind control from unwilling people. So they get a little less spell casting, but they get some special revelations of all their own, some bonus spells. We'll talk all about it, but right now we're only building first level characters this week. You know, we're keeping it basic for the starting out. So, Oracle, and in quotations here, we're going to go Purifier. Cool. So we'll start with level 1. Let's see here. Let's get some information, though. Let's start with the ability scores, because you always want to start with ability scores, no matter what you're doing. Alright, so we are going to have some modifiers here. We're not going to use the big things over here in the side columns, because those are Aasimars, 2 wisdom, 2 charisma. Now, as a oracle, we require charisma. That's a big thing about them. That's important to know about. You're going to want to know about what ability scores each of your classes have. You know, this is... I'm helping out everyone, even from the less advanced players. If you're a more advanced player, just live with what I'm throwing out there. This is for the newbies to everything here. You can maybe learn a few tricks on building a character here. So I like to use point buy when it comes to Pathfinder. That's what I use when I'm running a Pathfinder game. And point buy comes in a number of forms. Effectively, you choose a number of ability scores, a number of points to spend on ability scores, and that's what you purchase. The number of points you choose is based on the type of fantasy. There's low fantasy, standard, high, and epic. If everybody wants, I could also turn on the light behind me and be all extra spooky, but I felt that, you know, lighting myself up would be a little better. So, now, as I said, I like to use the point buy system. You can do generating ability rolls by d6s, though, too. There's a lot of whole bunch of, you know, dice-based ways of rolling it out that you can get. But I'm going to use the base of 10. We're going to purchase some points. So, let's say high fantasy. Want to do high fantasy today? If anybody has any arguments against high fantasy, just let me know. I'm going to stick with that today. So I get 20 points to spend. Alright, so 10 cost me 0. Now let's look at what we want our character to be. So our character is going to be surprising. So we have to ask ourselves, how are we going to make our purifier surprising? Well, for one thing, I do want a pretty high charisma, because that's going to be very important to them. So let's start out with putting a 16 in here. Let's see, can I delete that and change that? that doesn't change. Huh. Let's see here. How do I edit ability scores? I think we may have to enter this mode. Oh, here we go. Oh, here we go. Now I can edit it. So, base, 16. Miscellaneous, we're going to have 2 here. 2 to wisdom. There we go. I figured out how to do it. Sorry, I don't use a lot of character sheets here in for Pathfinder in Roll20. So that's what I'm using. I'm rolling using a character sheet in Roll20. So I'm thinking, because we are a surprising character, we're going to want to have our character a little less wise, but Aasimar get a bonus. So what we're going to do is we're going to put an 8 here. Now, that might not mean a lot overall, but if we're talking ability scores, I got 2 bonus points. So now I've only technically spent 8 points. 10 for the 16. I got 2 back here. This gives me 12 points to work with. Well, I could get 2 14s and a 12 with that and leave a 10 if I really wanted to. That's a good question. What do we want our character to be like? Maybe we could have a character strong and smart. Maybe a little constitution, average dexterity. We could have our character focus all on one of these scores and spend 10 of them. We could have a 16 something. Be surprising that way. Leave a 2, a 12 and something, and 10 of the other 2 stats. 16 strength, 12 con. We could be battle oracle, ready to get into a fight. Would that be surprising? We're going to look surprising on everything, though, is effectively what I'm going to be doing here. Just to, a little bit of interest in it. I think when we get to a little bit of details about the character we're building, that's where the big surprise will be coming. Because I've got some ideas about how this oracle will be working. So, how about we make this character a melee tank a little bit? You think that's a good one? Yeah. We're going to be making more of a dexterous character for our second one. So let's actually do a 16 base over here. Ooh. Now where are we going to put our 2? Well, we could also then make our character less dexterous. They'll get a little flaw there. So they have technically 2 8s, but one of the 8s got corrected by our ability score bonus for being an Aasimar. And now we're a little smarter, a little tougher. But we're a little slow. But we're like big and buff, but charismatic too. We're kind of a holy oracle in the way of strength-wise. So what else do we get from Aasimar? Because we want to get a lot of these other information. So type and subtype. Outsider. And subtype. Native. Alright, cool. Excellent. Now we have base speed of 30. Do we have a place to put that in here? Let me just see. Speed base is 30. Nice. Languages. We probably want to put them in somewhere. Let's just check defenses, attacks. Sorry, again, I don't use this character sheet much. I use more of the D&D ones, so I don't know as much about them. Oh, we do have languages. Cool. Cumin and Celestial. Look at that. Now we do have a high ability score bonus. So what language would we choose here? Now, they have some choices that are normal ones Aasimar choose from. I'm going to say here, let's go for Sylvan. Is it surprising? Maybe a little bit. It's not the one we would have probably chosen as this type of Aasimar, but sure. Now we do have some abilities. Feats, abilities, traits. No, we want miscellaneous. Add one. Ooh, celestial resistance. Let's see here. racial trait. Source. No level. Type. None. Short description. Cold. Acid. Elect. Resist. 5. Just a little note. Frequency. Just happens. Nothing special about that. Oh, drop that. Cold, elect, acid, resist, 5. Huh. Cold, electric, acid. I'm also teaching you how to use the Roll20 character sheets here. So I hope you're also enjoying learning about that a little bit from this one here. So we put in our resistances as the Aasimar. Now the thing is, I might want to choose an alternate racial trait. Now I've already put the resistances in, which is... I might get rid of it then, because I just thought about that, alternate racial traits. Normally I get resistances, skilled, spell-like ability, dark vision. Let's look at each of them. Celestial Crusader. Are we going to be fighting outsiders? Evil ones? Probably not. Crusading magic. Defending the world from fiends? Probably not. You know what? Let's change this out. We're not going to do this resistance here. We're not going to have our short resistance here. Our short description. We're going to have Deathless Spirit. Yep. And let's just copy this from the PSFRD D20. Yeah, so... I'm sorry, the D20 PFSRD.com. It's a good depository of information. So if you need something, it's probably going to be here. There we go. That's the information about this one. That's what we need to know for description. It's what you get for Deathless Spirit. This gets rid of our resistances. So we got rid of our resistances. We're not going to get spell resistance. Do we want a halo? Create light around them instead of dark vision. Get bonuses to intimidate evil creatures. Heavenborn? Nah. Spell-like ability. We could have Immortal Spark. We have lesser age resistance and knowledges. Bonuses against death saves. And bonuses to knowledge history. That might be an interesting one. Corruption resistance. Lost Promise, where we get claws like a tiefling. Or maw like a tiefling. As long as we have an evil alignment. Well, as surprising evil would be, I think that would not be the alignment we really seek with this one. We are going to be a good alignment, I believe. Surprising, the way that we're going to play it. But a good alignment. So, I think I like True Speaker as an ability, though, too. Now you may say, True Speaker, what's that? Well, this is getting... I'll just do another racial trait. This is giving us bonuses to linguistics and sense motive. And every time we take a linguistic... it's not for a game at all. This is for fun. Worm. We're just making characters for fun. And to show you making certain types of characters. I'm just basically going to... I have on the YouTube side videos for each of these races. And I'm going to make a... Well, video building a character... I'm going to live stream building a character of that race. For fun. I'm having like a just big collection of them. Hey, the Nightbot stream announcement came out. Yay! Let's see how well they spam that. So we have True Speaker. So we're going to have to keep track of some of these abilities we have, and that gets rid of our skilled. We still have our spell-like ability. Do we want daylight? Or we could have... We're not going to be evil. We could have corruption resistance. Against evil once per day. That's cool. Or lesser age resistance. I mean, corruption resistance is kind of dumb. So I think Immortal Spark is kind of cool. Also because it sounds cool. And it's a lot better than casting daylight once a day. So we're going to take Immortal Spark. But yeah, this is just for fun. So everybody, well, sort of. You know, it's fitting in with the last week I did Aasimar video on my channel. So those are the 3 racial traits we're taking. So now we've pretty well chosen our abilities. Now, favorite class bonus. Okay, it's gonna like throw them all out at the same time, isn't them? Pretty much. And then 15 minutes apart. Oh, Nightbot. You don't see it if you're watching the VOD of this, which it will be up on YouTube, but... Anyway. So, for the Oracle, though, it's a good ability, and I think we're going to choose that as its favorite class bonus, even though we don't get an effect here at level 1. We are going to stick with it. Alright, so... we're keeping with the normal heritage for Aasimar 2. We're not getting into alternate heritages and all that kind of stuff. I will leave Aasimar around to look at feats, though. Because maybe we want to take an Aasimar feat. Alright. Yeah, see, it does it pretty quickly. So D8 is what we get. So class hit dice, in this case, would be 8. Favorite class hit dice, 0. Base attack of 0. Skills per level, we are going to get 5. That's 4 from being an Oracle. 1 from our Intelligence modifier. Favorite class skill, no, we didn't take that. Favorite class, alternate point counter, Fortitude, Reflex, Will. We have good will saves. That's it. Well, that's wonderful. We're really working on the max things here. So look, it calculated our max and current hit points here. Yeah, those came out way too close together. I would have liked them sped out apart more, but whatever. Calculation of hit points is based on Constitution. No miscellaneous bonuses as of right now. Our initiative is -1. We have some pretty good information in here. Let's look to our defenses. Alright. Saves, 4, -2, -1, 2. Basically, this is calculating a lot of stuff for us. So those of you, again, that are new, max hit points at first level. That's why we have 9. We do have a D8. We will be choosing some class abilities that we will be filling in here from being an Oracle. And we will have to pay attention to the Purifier Oracle because we get some bonus spells. Important to know. We use 1 fewer spell per day in each level and do not automatically learn Cure and Inflict spells. The number of Oracle spells known is unchanged otherwise. Alright, so a little bit of pain there. We do have some revelations we can't take, and a lot of other abilities we can't take right now. So, we might another day level up this character too. I might go back and level up some characters when we're trying to test them out and stuff. So AC, all this stuff down here is going to remain unchanged until we get equipment. Let's add some abilities. Let's add some class features. So, we get a mystery. Now, a mystery is a very interesting thing. A mystery. Sorry, I have to get to mystery. A mystery is a divine power an oracle has. That's the easiest way of saying it. A kind of theme to it. So we could do something like an Oracle of Heavens. We still get a mystery as a purifier. It does not change the fact that we get a mystery. I can take a look, and each of the archetypes tells you what you change. It changes spells. It changes our mystery bonus spells. We get completely different bonus spells than the mystery we would have had. We still get the mystery bonus class features, so we don't change the mystery. So we still have a mystery, which is an interesting thing. It's just, we get some alternate revelations, and we do not get revelations at certain levels. That's a big change here. We're not going to get the 3, 7, 11 revelations. We get the first level. But let's look at our mystery, though. What mystery do we want to choose? Now, here's where I thought we could go a little more unusual. We could choose one that's a little different. Now, for one thing, I love the Time Oracle, personally, because I find them really cool, interesting idea, Masters of Time, kind of things like that. So, kind of interesting. I think we're going to make this dude an Oracle of Intrigue. How about that? So, we're going to put in here class feature, mystery, intrigue. There we go. We have mystery intrigue. I don't want to. I want to go to skills. Alright. Let's see here. Requires training. Class skills. Adds bluff, disguise, sleight of hand, and stealth. So we get bluff, disguise, sleight of hand, and stealth to our skill lists. So we have, we're an Oracle of Intrigue. Let's choose the rest of our skills. So it's going to be craft, diplomacy. We already had diplomacy. Craft, diplomacy, we didn't have that. Heal. Check that. Knowledge, history, planes, religion. History, planes, religion. These are things you're going to have to keep note of, and it's always good to have a list like this and mark them off. Profession we have. We're good at sensing motive. And spellcraft. Pretty nice selection there. Pretty nice selection. Alright, and we got our mystery. We have our mystery's basic abilities, which is we do get some bonus spells, but we've replaced those with our purifier. 4, 6, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18. We've replaced all of those. We have a number of revelations that we can choose from. We have other revelations over here. And 3 abilities at 5, 9, and 13. Let's look at what we also get right this time. Oracle's Curse. Alright, we're cursed. We got to get to the list of Oracle's curses. Of course, it's difficult to find. So, an Oracle has a bad thing about them that also gives them some bonuses in a way. Basically, they're cursed. And the more leveled they get, the curse becomes more of something... It's a bonus almost. So we could be... Our curse could be the Curse of Corruption, accursed. You're filled with misfortune and sorrow. You cannot benefit from morale bonuses. +4 to saves against curse effects, though. That's a pretty good one. And get some spells on your spell list eventually until you're immune to curses. Hey, you don't get morale effects, but eventually you're immune to curses. That's pretty cool. Blackened. Your hands shrivel up. You can't use... You get minuses to attack rolls. Well, we went melee, kind of, so that's probably pretty bad. Clouded vision. You can't see anything beyond 30 feet, but you can see as you had dark vision. That's a pretty interesting one. Consumed. Whenever you take lethal hit point damage, you take an additional number of non-lethal equal to half the damage you took. You take a lot of extra damage. Covetous. Deaf. You cast all your spells if they were modified by the silent spell feat. It does not increase their level or casting tides, but you suffer all the usual penalties for being deafened. Deafened would mean we, of course, take a -4 to initiative, fail perception based on sound, -4 to opposed to perception, and 20% fails if they have verbal components. We don't have to worry about the 20% spell failure because, well, we always use it as if we had silent spell. Maybe we'll be deafened. Just take a -4 to initiative, -4 to fail on sound-based perception. That's kind of interesting one. Haunted. That's a fun one. Getting gear out that's stowed requires a standard action, and things go flying off of you. Hive. There's some kind of species in you. Hunger. Ooh. Yeah. You gain none of the benefits from spells or magic items to provide nourishment. You get a bite attack, a secondary natural attack, and you begin combat sickened. Until then. Yeah, I think the deafened is the best one I've seen so far that we could give our character here. He's not going to hear anything, so it's going to be really funny if, like, this character would actually be in a game. You just wouldn't be able to hear anything. Lame reduces your speed by 5, but your speed's never reduced due to encumbrance. You know what? I think deafened is actually kind of an interesting one here. We're deaf. So we are going to make our guy here deaf. Oracle Curse. If I can spell correctly today. Deaf. There we go. Our character is going to be deaf. So we get silent spell permanently. Let's go back into here. I didn't actually want a new one right now. All spells silent. There we go. And now we do have to get the deafened condition, which is -4 to our perception checks, which we do want to note right now under one of these miscellaneous. Yeah, a lot of people do take good perception when not everyone needs it. That's just true. I'm gonna give you a stream cat for that one. So we're gonna call this a no. What do you want to put this under is the question. Let's put it under just one of these traits. We'll call it trait 1. -4. Our perception sucks. Now we go back to core here because we also have trait modifier of -4 to our initiative. Holy crap, our initiative sucks. -5. Whew. No, that sounds terrible because you always feel like you want to act first, but if you build a character that's going to be a linchpin, it's not a bad thing to have such a terrible initiative. And that's sort of what we're aiming here with this sort of melee oracle that we're building out here. Alright, so we got our curse. Now we technically have Orsons, but we're not going to list those. Those are basically 0-level spells. We're going to have those. We get a revelation. Alright, cool. At first, third, every 4 levels after, you get a revelation, a new mystery of the universe. The revelations we can choose from are going to be under intrigue and purifier. Now the purifier has 3 which are at not first level, so we're not taking those, and that's for sure. Intrigue, on the other hand, again making sure that everything's par for the course when it comes to revelations. Yep, first level revelation is not changed. What else do you get, Purifier, that makes you so great? You just could lose 3 revelations? Yeah, Purifier, you're interesting. Anyway. So. Intrigue. We can assume form. We start out with Disguise Self. And you can do it at will. That might be cool. Desires Sight. Yeah, I mean, after one round, it kind of balances out for AC. For a lot of stuff. Yeah, you're going to be flat-footed for a huge period of time. You were quite correct, Worm. So, and yes, you couldn't do immediate actions to respond to things, too. So we also have Desire Sight. You can learn the desires of any creature within 100 feet with Detect Desires. That's kind of interesting. Forgotten Presence. As immediate action, cause something to forget you that you were present for the last minute per Oracle level, including any actions you took. And it gets a will save, which in this case would be DC, let's see here, 14 right now. It's like modify memory. You can Jedi mind trick, but you have to be 7th level for that one. Shoot, that would be a cool one. Gossip Guru. You can wave intrigue like a spider's web. 7th level for that one, unfortunately. Hidden magic. You gain conceal spells a bonus feat without meeting the prerequisites. You can cast a spell or spell-like ability by attempting to conceal the verbal or somatic components. Let's see here. You can disguise... Basically, you could disguise the somatic components since it doesn't have verbal components anyway. That's what the conceal spell would be. Man, intrigue that's deaf is really kind of interesting, actually. 7th level for that one. 10th level. 11th level. Veiled Venom. Your powers of intrigue veils your potions and magic items from scrutiny. Well, that's kind of cool. Granting you an awareness of senses. You can add your charisma modifier instead of wisdom to perception and sense motive. Oh! Whispered glimpses. I kind of like this one. Your whispers of intrigue sing you with glimpses of insight to others' presences, motives, granting you a greater awareness of your own senses you could manage. Using charisma to wisdom and perception, or to wisdom instead of wisdom to perception and sense motive. We already have as skills perception and sense motive. Granted, our perception is terrible. It really is. But we could balance out that -4 very easily with our charisma. We don't have to have a great perception, but we can have not the worst perception in the universe. Which, I mean, granted, like Worm had said, not everyone needs perception. But not having a -4 might be a great idea. In this case. I'm thinking, though, for sense motive, if we give a lot of sense motive to this person, that might be pretty good. So, now there is a feat I'm thinking of taking. Let me see. Revelation. And a feat. Extra revelation. What do we need to do here? Ooh, we could take it. Ooh. Now that's a feat I might want to take here, because I'm thinking assumed form is really good also. Disguise self at will. Take extra revelation as our feat. I was originally thinking of taking Aasimar feat, but let's take a look at those. Help our decision. We don't have a high con, so we can't take angelic blood. We're not 10th level, so we can't take angelic wings, which would be cool also. Angelic flesh, celestial channel force, consecrate spell, heavenly radiance. I mean, a lot of these are very, very celestial. That's the best thing to say about it. We don't channel. We can't prepare consecrate yet. We got rid of daylight. We also got rid of daylight. Diplomacy, bonus diplomacy against a race of our choice. Oh, that's terrible. And we don't have a high con. Guess what? The Aasimar feat's terrible for us, for the character we've built. So I am going to make us a Master of Intrigue with some assumed form, which we get better abilities as we level up. And I'm going to take Whispered Glimpses, which means that we can change this perception to charisma and this sense motive to charisma. Look at that. We just made our perception less lame. Alright, let's put in those special abilities. Under our abilities over here, these will of course be class features. So, Revelation, Whispered Glimpses. I'm not going to type everything in here because we don't need to, truthfully speaking. And then we know what we're getting right now. If this was a full game I was doing, I would type everything into this sheet. Basically, get it all set up, especially for Roll20. If I'm doing a character sheet in actual life where I'm using pen and paper, I might only write a few notes down, keep note of what it is, but I probably wouldn't write down everything. The thing about this is, since I can copy from the D20 PSFRD, which let me link that in the description if you people want to check that out. There you go. And let me just send that out there. Ooh, look at that. Thanks, Nightbot. But revelation. Assumed form. Cool. Excellent. So at higher levels, we can actually transform as the polymorph spell, but it counts as polymorph effect, but it's an illusion instead. That doesn't allow a will save to disbelieve. Then it lasts for like forever, and then it basically, the more you get more forms, so you can get as you level up. And assume form gets better, so that's kind of cool. All right, so we've got our big class features now. We got our revelation. We still need spells. That's going to be an important one to do. And we need skills. All right. So if we remember from our core, when we looked at this, we got, where is that? 5 skills. A total of 5. Our class plus our intelligence modifier. All right, let's figure out what we want to take. Now I'm thinking here, it's going to be very important that we go for our sense motive here. 1. And I think we're going to take our 1 in sleight of hand. Guess what? We're going to be tricky with our hands. I'm thinking we will be tricky with our hands, even though we're not very dexterous. We still have a little bit of skill there. I'm going to choose mostly class skills, except for 1 non-class skill. Actually, let's make it 2 non-class skill. I do want to ranking linguistics because we do get the... Ooh. We do get the bonus to linguistics. If you don't remember, we did have some traits here. We had a Mortal Spark, which plus 2 knowledge history, and True Speaker, plus 2 to linguistics and sense motive. Really? Where's our sense motive? And our linguistics. So we're going to get 2 here. 2 here, linguistics, sense motive, also 2. Knowledge history, which is a class skill, 2. Alright, so we've taken 1 to sense motive, 1 to sleight of hand, 1 linguistics. Let's take 1 to history. Will be historical buffs. And we need 1 more skill point. So we've got our sense motive, which we have a 10 to. Don't lie to us. We're going to know it. We have our sleight of hand because though we aren't very dexterous, we have managed to figure out some ways to maneuver our hands a little bit. We, of course, keeping our perception a 0. We like that. We don't need to ride. We're not riders. Spellcraft, we have 1 to it. We spellcast, but we're not big on learning about spells. We're not really stealthy. Survival, no. I'm thinking this guy's a city folk, you know. Swimming, maybe use magic device. Use magic device would be helpful, but no. Knowledge history, know about the town, a little bit of history about the town, interested in it. We could take heal, which is a good one. Disguise, another good one. But we have disguise self. So I'm thinking we're going to take a little bit. We could take bluff. Be a little tricky in our words. Bluffing wouldn't be good. Diplomacy is never a bad thing. Maybe diplomatic. I'm thinking our person here is going to have bluff. And we're going to have our linguistics be our 1 that's not a class skill. There we go. So we chose our 5 skills. We've already built our character a little bit. We are more a liar than anything. So we are an oracle of intrigue. We are still a purifier type 1. So we are trained in breaking, mind control, and possession. So perhaps normally this is of fiendish corruptors, but it could be of anything that does it. So we seek out this in the great places in amongst cities. and organizations, moving into them. We use our words that are more tricking than convincing. We have a knowledge of history to help us determine aspects of cities that might relate to old ends. Of course, we'll get 2 more bonus languages, because we have our linguistic abilities as an oracle, and we chose 1 in there. So that's the other thing about the 1 ability we took as a Aasimar. For every rank in linguistics, we get 2 languages. That's really good. So this gives us 5 languages to start out with. Now, we took sense motive, because being someone that's seeking people that have gained control of their minds, perhaps telling how about that is a good idea. And sleight of hand, because maybe we had raised as pickpockets on the street, which have made us a little more, well, less good, but still decent folks. We were building a good character, I said here. So chaotic good is what we've determined by building this character, by choosing some skills, racial traits, and various abilities. We're also deaf. It's our oracle's curse. We have a spark of immortality, a deathless spirit, meaning that we probably faced death and our immortality inside awakened to help us. Our skills have us disguised to infiltrate places, and of course use our charisma to notice things that normally our deafness would prevent. And of course our feat here will be... class feature got feat there. Class feature... that's nothing there. Class feature... class feature... I'm going to send you 3 over to feats. And it's just going to be extra evolution. Call it a day. Cool. We're doing pretty good here. We're doing pretty nice. We've built most of a character. So, we have to look at what we have for our character. We need spells and equipment, I think. And that's it. We got all our oracle abilities otherwise. So getting some spells, getting some equipment is good. Why don't we look at spells next? Because magic can be a big thing. We're going to look at spells by class, of course, and go oracle. Which, once again, if you are following along at online here, it's a fortunate thing that the PSFRD, if you follow the link to it, which I'll leave in the description of this video also, you can follow me as I go around to Oracle. I didn't want to clutter up the screen here with stuff, so you can just see me working over there. Alright, let's go to... where do I put spells here? Special abilities, special quality, all. Okay. Tax. Skills, equipment, custom, notes. Oh. Oh boy. Spell like special qualities, miscellaneous. Equipment, customs, notes. Man, trying to find spells on here. Sorry. Oracle. Let's see here. Spells. Use spells. There we go. Spells. I had to click the use spells. I knew there was something going on. Alright, so I cast a level. First level in a class. Class name or purifier. Bam. Spell ranges. Ability modifier. We're using our charisma to here. To our concentration checks. We don't have spell penetration. Save DCs are going to be charisma based, and they look like they're showing up here real nicely. Hey, welcome back. You missed, I don't know what you missed. You missed something. We were doing something. We were, I don't know where you missed off. We're talking spells, though. So that's fun. Where can I mark how many spells per day I get? Oh, wonderful. Okay. Node specialists, domains and spell domains. We don't have those. Spell notes. Oh, spells per day. Whoops. So, first level, we get a base of 3. Oh, look at that. Oh, there we go. 4 spells per day. Hey, look at that. I can figure it out. Spells known then. Also, I can figure it out. So we're going to have 4 of those. And 2 of those. Oh, now, we do have to remember something important that we mentioned earlier is our purifier. Our purifier has extra class abilities because it has diminished spell casting. It gets 3 extra revelations that replaces the 3rd, 7th, 11th, but it also gets 3 special abilities, particularly ones that are it gets because it has diminished spell casting. 1 fewer spell per day per level, so we only get 2 here. Also, we're not going to automatically get the cure spells, because normally for spell casting for an oracle, you get to know this certain number, 4 and 2, plus you do get to, as you gain oracle levels, you add all the cure spells or all the inflict spells. We're not doing that. And let's see here. And I think we also get the mystery spells, which is just bonus spells that we get at certain levels. But we're not worrying about that. So we don't automatically get the cure spells. But let's start with the cantrips, because the cantrips are always good. And we get, we know 4 of them. Well, we have dark vision, so we don't need that. I'm thinking our first one will be, of course, create water. I mean, come on. It has so many uses, create water. It really does. I mean, you can pour water on something. You can add it in so many different ways. I love create water. I think we're going to have detect magic. I mean, these are given ones. As soon as you, like, say this. Detect magic. Create water. These are classics. Stabilize. Or bleed. Cause a stabilized creature to bleed. It's kind of lame. Stabilize. It's the opposite. Cause a dying creature to stabilize. Also lame. Virtue. Give 1 temporary hit point. Also lame. Detect poison. Enhance diplomacy. Gain +2 to diplomacy or intimidate. Yes, if you are creative, you could even drown someone with create water. That's very true. Guidance. Not bad. Not great. I don't think we need light. Mending. Mending's not bad. Purify food and drink. Purify some food. I mean, if you don't need detect poison, you can just purify it. Read magic. Read scrolls and spellbooks. I don't think we're going to need that. Resistances. Gain resistant bonus on saves. There's a magic item that replaces that really quickly. Spark. Ignite something that's flammable. I'm thinking we're going to want Spark. I feel like this character would have Spark. And then the question is guidance, mending, or purify food and drink. I feel like I'm not the most guidance-related oracle. Mending something, fixing it, not a bad idea, especially if I kill someone, eliminate them, and take over their stuff. Purify food and drink. Eat something that may or may not be poisoned to protect myself because I'm infiltrating. Both mending and purify food and drink have their places. But I'm thinking I'm going to go for mending for this character. Alright, cool. Now, we get 2 first level spells now. Now, we have some choices. We don't automatically get Cure Light Wounds. It's a really great spell. Period. We can look at a lot of other spells that there are. I'm going to start going through them. There's Abundant Ammunition, no. Advanced Scurvy, no. Air Bubble, Ant Haul. I can't even read that one. Aspect of the Nightingale. We're not singing. Bane. Bless. Blessed Fist. Punching something. Blessed Water. Creating that. No. Burning Disarm. Carrion Compass. Understand where undead come from. Cause Fear. That gets really terrible really quickly. Celestial Healing. Anoint the wounds of a creature with the blood of a good outsider to heal it. Guess what? You're anointing things with your own blood. Celestial Healing. Yeah. You just have to, like, poke yourself. Okay, it needs to be good subtype. Alright, fine. It gives fast healing 1 for not many rounds. So it's kind of Clarion Call. Mimic a noise. Command. Order someone. Compel hostility. Comprehend languages. Comprehend languages might not be bad, but we are learning languages, which might make it that we don't have to cast them. There's the Cure Light Wounds. Dancing Lanterns, kind of lame. Deadeye Lore. Gain +4 to survival checks and move faster while traveling. Nah. Death Watch. Decompose Corpse. Detect good, chaos, law, or evil. Divine Favor gives bonuses to attack and damage. Divine Favor might not be bad for the self, but it doesn't get good until much higher level. So I kind of feel like... Embrace Destiny is an Oracle-only spell. It's 1 round per level, and you get to re-roll something at some point in time. That's pretty cool. Let's see here. There aren't a lot of great spells that, like, scream out me our character that we're building, you know? Inflict Light Wounds? Maybe. That would be a way to stealthily murder someone. And it is a d8 + 1 damage that can do it. So I'm thinking we're gonna... Though we are good characters, we're gonna go for Inflict Wounds. Light Wounds. I feel like we're not the most... Oh. Did I put that in cantrips accidentally? That's going to be level 1. Oh, I can send it over there. Cool. Excellent. Fixed it. Excellent. Liberating Command. Know thy enemy. Karmic Blessing. Karmic Blessing. You treat one skill of your choice as a class skill. That actually sounds pretty cool. It lasts for 1 round per level. And you just treat a spell on the creature touched as a class skill of your choice for 1 round. So that's like if I want to do something really quickly, make a knowledge check, things like that. But it's only 1 round, so it isn't a whole lot. Magic Weapon is a classic one. Obscuring Mist. A protection spell. Read the Weather. Restoring a corpse. The opposite of that one. Sanctifying a corpse. Sanctuary. Shield of Faith. Deflection bonus. That actually might not be bad this time since we are more of a melee person. Getting a Shield of Faith on us. I'm thinking that might be the one we're going to take. Shield of Faith. Looking through the things, the other ones, there's nothing that really jumps out. Shield of Faith. We might retrain this, because we can get retraining later on. But for now, we'll just have Shield of Faith. Alright! And it's a first level spell. Thank you. I have to program in that it's exactly a first level spell. Good to know. Huh. Alright. We got our spells. Awesome. Granted, we haven't done everything for spells, but we've done a good amount with them. We've gotten the right choices that need to be made. Now's an important part of our character creation. Equipment. So, here's what I do for equipment. Average. So you get an outfit worth 10 gold. We'll say it's like a traveler's outfit of some type. So we'll go to equipment. Let's just see here. Worn. It's called Traveler's Outfit. I do agree with you, Worm, though. There's a lot of Pathfinder spells that look really cool, but have so few uses. They're so niche, so many of them. You can pick up certain things like, yes, magic missile, cure wounds, mage armor, featherfall. Those are good ones. The other ones, it's like, sometimes it's just why choose them. There were some other ones on that list I was seeing which were interesting, but a lot of them didn't fit with the character I've been talking about building, unfortunately. There are a whole bunch of other ones, which unfortunately also get better at higher levels. So do you want them now for your first level adventures, or choose them later when you learn more first level? There's a lot of problems with this. And the fact is, you know, I'm not building a Catfolk Oracle, but Catfolk Oracle would have been really great. They get more spells known. That's so good. I'm building the Catfolk Monk because I'm trying to keep with these archetypes that are particularly to the races. But the fact is, this Oracle version would have been so much better, in a way, as a Catfolk, just because of the favored class bonus. It would have been an extra 0-level spell at this level, an extra cantrip, and it would have gone up from there until, when you're getting 9th level spells for those last 3 levels, an extra 3 8th level spells you know. And at that point in time, because you have so many, a lot of choices. And I do like how wizards are also good because you can switch them out a lot more. But for things like this, not as good. And the cleric could have chosen a lot of really stupid things because they can memorize it different each day. But let's not dive too much into that. Those are arguments for another day. We're gonna want some weapons and armor though to begin with. We're gonna want a really cool weapon. So as an oracle, we have weapon and armor proficiencies of simple weapons, light, medium armor, shields. So I think I want a simple weapon, medium armor, shield. I think those are the things I want. And a good simple weapon. I could have done something to get a martial weapon, but do we want a two-handed or one-handed? We could take a Morning Star. Morning Star is a classic. Nothing special, nothing too terrible. Morning Star shield. It's going to spend 8 of our gold. So we're just going to note down here, 8 of our gold is spent. A weapon. Select type. Gear. Select one. Weapon. Morning Star. We aren't going to... Because of the nature of our character's Infiltrator, I feel like we don't need a ranged attack, though. At most, if I really wanted to, I could get a ranged weapon. I get a sling. Because sling... I think I will get a sling. Because sling adds your strength to damage. It's a little trick about the sling. You add your strength modifier to damage rolls with it. And we're a strong character. So we're going to suck at attacking with a sling. But if we hit... D4 plus 3. So pretty nice damage. So the sling's free also. Armor and shields. A medium armor we could afford. What could we afford? Hide armor. Scale mail is pretty good. Scale mail will be 50. Give us some pretty decent armor. Let's do scale mail. Armor and shield. Scale mail. So there we go. Armor attributes, AC bonus 5, max dex penalty of 3, armor check penalty of -1. Of +3, AC penalty of -4, -4. And spell failure, which doesn't apply to us, so I'm not going to even bother putting it. It's medium armor. And we're also going to put proficient, yes. Set as armor. Ooh, look at that. I think I just set that as our character's armor. Let's see here. I did. Nice. Sometimes I like these character sheets because they actually work when you set them together. So we'll get a... So that was 50 of our gold. So we spent 58. And let's see here. Well, let's get a large steel shield, or heavy steel shield. So it's 78 out of 105. Out of 105. Cool. large steel shield. You didn't exist then. Cool, there we go. Large steel shield. Armor attributes. Armor bonus of a large steel shield, or heavy steel shield. I'm just going to say large. 2. AC penalty of -2. Set a shield. Oh, type. None of those. Okay. Let's see if this affected our skills. That's a good question now. Our acrobatics was already a -1. I don't see our armor check penalty applied. Armor check penalty may apply. It just notes that it may apply, and we'd have to keep track of our total armor check penalty, which in this case is a... If I just put it as a 4? 2? As armor, set a shield. Let's see if that applied to the skills. It's these little tricks that I have to do. Nope. Whatever. So we have -6 to a bunch of skills. So we actually technically really stink at this when we're in our armor and ready for battle in our sleight of hand. But probably when we're not ready for battle, we're not in our heavy armor, which we normally would have only when we're ready. Basically, when we're ready for combat, we can have a 16 AC. Ready to dive in there and punch people, crush them, smash them, bash them, take them down. Nice. Very nice. So we do have an AC penalty of 6. Max dex of 3, but our max dex is -1. Now we do have a whole bunch of other money. Question is, what do we spend our remaining nearly 30 gold on? I'm not going to spend it today, because we do want to move on to the next character sheet, and we've been at this for like an hour.